often when somebody comes in and says, hey, we've got all these in-market shoppers, right? At a dealer level, people get excited about in-market shoppers. They're in the market? Holy cow. The one question people don't ask is, how do you know? Just how do you know, right? How do you know that they're in? And I mean, you expanded on that. So you're saying, what's the value of all the quote unquote in-market shoppers? I mean, I'm in an area with 600,000 people. And so, on a per lead basis, if someone's trying to come in and saying, and we have it happen all the time. I get phone calls every single day saying, hey, listen, I've got extra in-market shoppers in your area. I got an extra 100 in-market shoppers, and they want to charge $30, $35, $40 a lead. So per dealer at $3,000, per sign up, I couldn't even put a number on it. Jeffrey, you do all the research. You've got all these statistics. What's the number in my area? 600,000 people in Colorado Springs. What's the dollar value? And then George on the sidebar has a good point I want to bring up in a second, but jump in on that.
There's one thing that you're missing in that equation is the lifetime value of that customer versus the cost of acquisition, right? So
sure.
Acquisition, if you could piggyback off someone else's spends and buy their spends at a fraction, yeah, I mean, see, there's only a finite amount of quote unquote in-market people for a specific vehicle who have been driven down the funnel, meaning they're not considering a Highlander versus a Pilot at this point, right? So they're already down to the fact that they want a Pilot. So that particular person, lower funnel, has a much higher value than someone who is still up near. But then here's a bigger problem. A lot of the people that are in your database as a hypothetical might be repeat buyers over and over and over again. So there's all different uses of this data. So some uses of this data could be, all right, I need to know if anyone who's in my database is potentially defecting to somewhere else. Like, all right, so now they're starting to browse and they've looked at the following competitive dealers. That's some of the use of the data, that some of the things we do with the data. And then some of the other components of it isn't just that. So obviously the lifetime value on the service side is, okay, so not only that, is this person that is in my database I'm spending all this money marketing to, maybe I shouldn't be spending all the money to this particular series of people because, they don't service at my dealership. They've never responded to any of my service offers and never responded. So there's all different use cases for the data. So it's hard to quantify. If we're looking at it from specifically a sales piece, sales has two factors for me. It's lifetime value of the customer and how many people are truly in market or are truly going to buy that particular vehicle within that market. But then there's 80 other different variables that have significant dollar assignments to it that you can use that data for.